Hey everybody, this is Jo. I'm here in my Houston garden. I'm in zone 9A/B, and I want to give you a quick look before the sun goes down of my front yard garden. I have got Texas bluebonnets blooming beautifully, and my Peggy Martin rose up here is almost ready to bloom. I've got some flowers going, but it will really pop up in the next week or two. And things are looking messy, but pretty. I've got this wonderful, this is a native yarrow that's looking great. This is the second year with it. Made it great through the winter. I didn't cover it or anything, and here we are, it's already blooming. And I just put in some Texas rock rose. I pulled out a bunch of irises that have looked pretty terrible for a couple of years, and I finally pulled them out. And so this rock rose should fill this whole space. I planted two. It's possible I really only needed one, but they'll fill this space up. And then I've got, this is a native salvia called Salvia Farinaceae, and it is doing really nicely. And I planted a few new babies when I got the rock rose, and then I've got some cosmos seeds popping up, and I've got some over here. I've got some cleome seeds popping up and some salvia seeds popping up. This is the that giant penta popping back. I need to trim it back, you can see, but I'll probably leave some of that with the little hollow stem for creatures next winter. There's Miss Doubtfire. She followed me from the backyard. My coneflower. This is gosh, what's the name of it? Powwow Wild Berry. You can see I need to trim. It's a nice bright pink. They're kind of squatty, but I see this one's really getting ready to take off. I've got some Larks Spur getting ready to bloom. And in here, I think that's Amy, which is a like a Queen Anne's lace. More pretty bluebonnets. This is native. This is Agora. I think this is white. It looked like a cloud of butterflies this past year. It was spectacular. I've got some native milkweed that I grew from seed. I'm pretty proud. And I've already got, if you can see that little yellow dot, that is a monarch butterfly egg already. They start coming through Houston at the beginning of March, so it's just time. And then I've got, this is that little dwarf variety of Salvia Lantha. It's so funny. This is my second year with it. I wasn't impressed with it last year, but it looks pretty cute right now, and I'm still giving it some time to impress me. And then I've got, this is a native, I think that actually isn't. That is a sucker from the CRP Myrtle next to it. This, all coming back, is a native shrub called Dwarf Barbados Cherry, and it actually has little cherries on it that little birds and creatures will eat, and a beautiful little pink flowers. And they're a little bit slow to come back and a little scruffy. I really haven't had them. You see this one's pretty scruffy. I haven't really had them enough to sort of know what to do with them. This amazing thing, I grew Nicotiana from seed last year. I thought it was an annual. I didn't cover it. I thought it's gonna die when it freezes, and you know, it was an annual. I didn't cover it at all. Look at this thing. I mean, that is 2 feet tall. It's getting ready to bloom already. I mean, holy moly. And it just didn't even flinch in freezing weather this winter. I've got some more little cosmos popping up. I put a lot of seeds out here, y'all. There's cosmos all through here. There's a lot, all of that, all weeds, all weeds. Here's the best patch of bluebonnets next to the native grasses here. That is Gulf muley grass, and you can see it's pink. It's pink muley. You see the little pink inflorescence. I don't know if on camera you can tell that this is very purpley pink, and it's just beautiful. This one looks great. That one's flopped over. This one, the Stoutfire keeps sleeping on it and smushed it down. This is new to me this year. This is Lostrife. This is a Texas native. I bought it last year and just put it in the ground from the pot this spring, and it just looks so good. I'm really excited. It'll be pink. I've got more Gora native coming up there, and then just some little annuals, a little Larks Spur, more Cosmos. This is the most beautiful. This is my favorite. It's a non-native salvia, but this is Mystic Spires. And look how gorgeous. It's just popped right back up. Salvia Lantha is looking a little scruffy, but it's all right. And then these, let me see if I can climb through here without stepping on any little babies, little baby seedlings. This, again, this is part of that crepe myrtle I'm standing underneath. But this right there is porterweed coming up. I have 3 humongous porterweeds. 1, 2, 3. They were like 4.5 feet tall last year, and they are coming out nicely. And then I've got some bulbs coming out back here. These are the most amazing Amarillas that I have, and they just look fantastic. Miss Doubtfire is putting her little nose on a native, let's see, what's that called? Oak leaf hydrangea, and it's lovely. That is a little native fern back under there. That is called, I always forget the name of that fern. What's that fern called? Southern wood fern. There we go. If you've looked at my shorts, you will see this is a Jane Magnolia that was in bloom last week or 10 days ago. And I have a little short showing that. It was spectacular. They don't last long, but man, are they worth it. And then they're just beautiful trees the rest of the year. I've got my desert willow, which has come back, made it through the winter. I kind of feel like I need to clip the tops off. This is the first time I've grown it. I just planted it in this pot a couple of months ago. Made it through the freeze fine. It's got Cape Plumbago planted around it. And my plan for this, because it rains when we don't have a drought, it rains a lot in Houston. This does not need a lot of rain. I will probably not water this pot very much. That was sort of my plan. If I put it in the ground and we have a rainy year, I thought maybe it would not do well. So I put it in a pot so I can control the amount of water. This beautiful rose is just huge, is Mutabilis, where the flowers on the same bush change color. You can see the bud is very sort of orangey salmon. And then it blooms a lovely pink like this. And then the older the bloom is, the longer it's on the bush, the darker pink it gets. A super fun Mutabilis Rose. This is the Jane Magnolia. This is another Jane Magnolia. Up under here, it's not blooming. That is Fragrant Mist flower. It has white flowers. It really hasn't bloomed. I'm really growing it as a, there's my neighbor. I'm really growing it as as a butterfly host. How's it going?
Oh, the flowers look great.
Weren't they amazing?
They were. They didn't last, what,
no.
like 2 weeks?
No, you have to love this plant and be like, nope, it's worth it.
When they first come on, they was like, oh, they're beautiful.
Oh.
Then all of a sudden, they're like the azaleas over there.
They're like,
Bingo,
we're done.
2 weeks, you're over.
I'll see you next year. See you in 2025. I know. Oh, I love that.
When a cold front comes through, I go out and talk to all my plants and say, I'm not doing this plant. I'm not covering you up. You either suck it up or you're
That's
gonna
right.
you're gonna make it.
That's right. If you can't make it through the winter, you don't deserve to live in my yard.
You deserve.
That's
it.
right. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it. I just love it. I love it. So this is like
beautiful.
my favorite.
They were beautiful.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it too. I'll see you later. That's my whole chit chat. It's getting dark, so I didn't want to redo. I've got all my peppers down here, and then this wonderful wax myrtle is looking great. Well, y'all have a great day. I'm sorry to have a conversation right in the middle of it with my sweet neighbor, but I didn't want to stop making my video. Y'all take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye.